Hi and welcome to my channel. So working as a nanny in the UK, you would be surprised, but it's one of the highest paying jobs in the UK that doesn't require any degree and most often doesn't actually require any experience. If you're working in the UK as a nanny, you can expect to earn from £45,000 per year. So that's the starting salary for a nanny, without any experience whatsoever, no degree. So this is something that I'm really passionate about. It's a career pathway that from the time that I found out, I was like, oh my goodness, I wish I had known this a long time ago. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to become a nanny in the UK. We'll talk about the benefits of working as a nanny in the UK. We'll talk about the requirements that you need to work as a nanny in the UK. We're going to talk about how to apply for these nanny jobs in the UK to make sure that you set yourself up for success and you distinguish yourself from the rest of the candidates so that you are chosen and you are the person that ends up getting this job. Because look, this is not a job that you just apply by throwing in a CV and putting anything together and throwing in. No, you need to make sure that you're very wise, you're very smart, you are dotting all of your T's and cutting your I's, you know what I mean, when you're actually doing this, if you get what I mean. You've got to reverse all of that and it's going to make sense and you'll get the gist of what I'm trying to say. So if you're new to my channel, obviously, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate your time and I do hope that you're implementing all of what I'm saying because look, I'm all about implementation, listening to information, watching video after video after video, doing absolutely nothing with that is a waste of your time and a waste of my time. If you're watching my videos, I want you to be implementing all of that information because I'm all about the best opportunities in the UK, visa sponsorship opportunities in the UK, career progression pathways and opportunities in the UK, work from home jobs that you can do from the comfort of your home without needing, to think about childcare, traveling, getting visas and all of that, as well as starting side business ideas and opportunities so that you can retire early without working until you're burnt out. So if this is you and this is what you're keen on as well, if you check the comment section below, you're going to see a link to my newsletter. If you join that newsletter, then I'm going to send that information directly to your inbox so that you never miss out on any vital information relying on the YouTube algorithm, but that information is directly onto your inbox so that you can make the most of it. So let's get started. If you're working as a nanny in the UK, what are the advantages? Look, like I've said, working as a nanny, in fact, if you work as a carer in the UK, you'll be earning £20,000 per year. If you work as a qualified nurse or midwife, you'll be earning £27,000 per year. If you work as a doctor, it's £29,000 per year. If you're working as a nanny, your starting salary, like I've said, is £45,000 per year starting. This is something that is staggering and it's because obviously it's an industry and a sector that is very highly paid, and that's why there are some jobs that are highly paid and it's just the way they are. So that's what you can expect. Another massive advantage that you have working as a nanny is the fact that you've got free accommodation. So you don't pay any rent whatsoever if you work as a nanny. And by the way, if you're new here, you're wondering who I am. So my name is Melvis. I currently work as an advanced nurse practitioner. So I'm a qualified nurse, working here in England, in the UK. So I moved to the UK myself. I was working as a carer in a nursing home and I studied, nursing in the UK as an international student. I have then gone on to progress beautifully in my career to now working as an advanced nurse practitioner, which is the most senior clinical nursing position, obviously, and it's come with a lot of hard work, but it's all been worth it. So I'm very passionate about career progression in the UK. Not only is it about getting people to get these visas and move to the UK, but once you're already in the UK, what are you doing with your life? What are the best opportunities for you to go for? What are you actually making the most of? Are you in the best job that you should be in? Are you earning as much as you should? Rightfully so, because look, earning more money is not something that anybody has to be ashamed of. If you've left your home like myself and you've come to the UK, it's because we're looking for better opportunities. So there is no need to come here and settle for less. You need to make sure that you're going for the best, and that's what I do. So I offer a private career coaching service where I support with career progression in the UK. So if you're a nurse, you're a carer, you're a midwife, you're a student nurse, you're looking for those visa sponsorship opportunity to move to the UK, or you're already in the UK, you want to check out my private coaching program, which is called Nursing Career Bootcamp. If you check the About section of this YouTube channel, you're going to see a link to join. Once you join, we're going to get started with that journey, with supporting you, getting you that individualized, that personalized, and that tailored support that you need. Because look, let me tell you, the UK is full of opportunities, but nobody is going to tell you, because at work, life is busy. Every single person in this country is busy. Even your manager, sometimes friends and family, they want to help you, but they have not got the time. And that is why I've got this private coaching program where I dedicate my time to support colleagues that are in the UK and those that are out of the UK wanting to move with, up-to-date information, simple pathways, free visa sponsorship opportunities, so that you're not spending thousands of pounds on things that you should not be spending money on. And by the way, if you're thinking, is the program free? Is it not? It is £79. And the whole point is that I only want people who are dedicated. I want people who are committed. So it's more about a commitment rather than being a fee per se, because you've got to be committed to your own personal and professional development. So like I've said, you want to check and make sure that you join the private coaching program to get that personalized, that individualized, and that tailored support that you rightfully so need to continue to excel, to thrive, and to achieve all of your career goals here in this beautiful country, the UK, making the most of the opportunities that are available. So like I was saying, when you're working as a nanny, you get free accommodation. Look, imagine being paid £45,000 starting salary, and then you have free accommodation. So you've got no bills whatsoever to pay. You've got no rent to pay, because your bills as well are free. Most of these families that are recruiting nannies, they have like an apartment that is for the nanny. So you've got your own apartment. But in the case where, like London, for example, many of the families that are in London, obviously, they have a house, so you're going to get your own room in the house. Most of the times you got your own toilet, your bathroom, and all that, but you've got your own separate room which you don't pay for. It all comes in as part of the job. If it's living, obviously, you can also live out, which means that you're living in your own house and then you're going to work as a nanny. This one is fantastic if you've got your own family, you've got your own kids, for example, because then you can stay in your own house, you rent your own house, and then you just go into the nanny job and come back. And as I'm talking, if you've got any questions whatsoever about working as a nanny in the UK, whether it's requirements, whether it's regarding anything, please do leave the comments in the comment section below. I'm going to join you in the comment section and answer all of those questions, because I know that there may be things that I'm not covering in this video, or you may have thoughts in your mind that you're thinking, Melvis, what about this? What about that? What about this? Please leave them in the comment section below, and I'm going to join you down there and we'll answer those questions together. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you do want to hit subscribe right now, turn on the notification button so you're the first to be notified when I drop a new video on here. But most importantly, if you've not joined my private coaching program, make sure you check it out. You can join my free newsletter, which obviously you're going to find the link in the comment section below. If you've got any questions you want to ask privately, you can also use that newsletter because it's got all of my contact numbers. You can see my WhatsApp number. You can also see my email. Join that newsletter, and then I'll be able to respond to you privately. But like I've said, if you need that tailored, individualized, personalized support, I offer that through my private coaching program. And by the way, if you're part of that program and you're keen on these nanny jobs, you need to log in, go to your nursing community hub. If you check the skilled worker visa section or the unskilled worker visa, that's where I normally share these nanny jobs, because there are amazing vacancies that come up once in a while. And so once I see them, I immediately share them there. If I know members of the program that are kind of suitable for this, I also immediately alert them so that we can go through the vacancy and see if they are interested, because not everybody is suitable for these nanny jobs. And that leads us to the candidates. We've talked about the advantages, obviously, the fact that you can live in with the family or you can live out, because you may have your own family and you're thinking, Melvis, I've got my husband, I've got my wife, I've got my kids, how do I move in to someone else's house to look after their kids with my own? No, you can live out if that's what you prefer. Then obviously you're going to be paying your rent and bills and all that, so it is your choice what you do. But those two options are available, and the family that is recruiting is going to say if they're willing to accept a live-in nanny or they're willing to accept a live-out nanny, and that's always also on the vacancy. And so this leads us beautifully to the candidate. If you want to apply for these nanny jobs, what do you need? Look, it is something that you need a very, 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 very well-spoken English. That is the first thing that you need, because I've supported one candidate through my coaching program who was successful, because initially I didn't know that, they were offering visa sponsorship for this. Once I found out, which was end of last year, that was end of 2022, I saw a vacancy. I decided to approach one of the members in my private coaching program. She was a nurse, obviously from Zambia, very well spoken, very well mannered. Her English is just impeccable, beautiful accent. And when I saw this vacancy, I thought, look, you're gonna be perfect for this. So I approached her. I said to her, look at this vacancy. I think you're gonna be great. 45,000. She was like, oh my God, Melvis, you think they're gonna take me? I was like, look, we can only try. So we went through that process. Since she was successful, I can share the process that she went through with you. Because what happened was when she applied for the job, obviously there were other people that applied, in the program, but obviously she's the person that was successful. So when they applied for the job, they got shortlisted. So when they got shortlisted, they got an email to say they'd been shortlisted. They then had to have an interview with the company that was actually recruiting. So she had a one-to-one interview with the company that was recruiting, and then they were happy. So after you apply for the job, you get shortlisted, have an interview with the company that is recruiting, and then have another interview again with the family that is actually looking for a nanny. So it's not just a matter of you apply for a job, you get an interview, the job is done and finished. No, you have to have that interview with both, because the family want to know, look, if you're paying somebody £50,000 to look after your kids, you want to see them before they get to your house. So it just makes sense that they do that. And that interview was all about the body language. How do you sit? Are you confident? What's your etiquette? What are your manners? What do you know? Preparing meals, for example, it's not just a matter of saying that you can cook food. No. Do you understand what it means to have a balanced diet? How do you care for a child? As in the science behind all of this. That's really a lot of what the interview was about. So it's not just about saying, oh, I've got 6 kids, so yes, I'm able to look after a child. No. When you've got children with you, if they're your children, sometimes you just leave the kids and you're doing the washing up and you're doing all of that. With working as a nanny for these families that are paying a lot of money, they want to know more, the science behind the things that are done, if you get what I mean. So it's very, very important. Why do you do what you do? That's what they're going to be asking you. So again, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll be able to answer those questions there. So like I've said, the interview was mainly based around all of these different things. Early childhood development, very important. In terms of courses, if you've got a course, let's say you're a nurse, for example, you're a midwife, you're a carer, that is really relevant experience. If you've looked after kids and you've got any sort of certification, that is going to also make you to stand out compared to other people that have got nothing. Because like I say, simply saying that you've got kids, well, it doesn't mean that you know how to look after a child. It is not the same thing if you're working as a nanny, because it's the science behind the things that you do and behind the parenting. How do you manage a child's, let's say, attitude, for example? If a child has tantrums, how do you manage that? Those are the sorts of things that you need to know, for the interview, for example. How do you manage tantrums? How do you manage a child's expectations? A child is insisting that they want something. Are you going to give them, or are you going to, persist and say, look, this is not right for you? Those are some of the things that actually come up with caring for these kids, because many of these kids are going to be less than 10 years old. So if you're caring for kids less than 10, you better be on top of your game. So when it comes to courses, there is an amazing university in the UK. It's called Nolan College. They specialize exclusively on training nannies. Look, when I say nannies, I mean world-class nannies. Nannies from Nolan College are very highly paid. So what happens is that when you're studying at Nolan, which is a massive advantage, and if you're somebody who is keen on studying in the UK, they also accept international students, in that university. Like I say, you're going to qualify to work as a nanny. And nannies from Nolan College, 5 years after completing that college, they're earning between 150,000 to 200,000 pounds per year, because they're the ones that work for, like, the princes and all the top end people and celebrities. They all get their nannies from Nolan College here in the UK. And that is the importance of going there. And one advantage as well, studying at Nolan, is that you're guaranteed a job, because when you study at Nolan, you don't need to find a job yourself. The college, the university has its department and agency that does all of the recruitment. So you automatically get a job once you complete. Your last year at Nolan College as well is going to be dedicated to having that placement. So you're going to have, you're going to be placed with a family where they're going to pay you between 40 and 50,000 pounds for a year as your placement. So that's going to also serve as your experience when you're going to your permanent family upon successful completion of the course from Nolan. So again, you want to check that out, Nolan College in the UK. They specialize exclusively on training nannies, top end nannies. If you study there, and they also accept international students, like I've said. So for an international student, it's the same things that you would need to apply to a university. They want IELTS at Nolan, and the minimum score that they want is 6 to study there. So you've got to have IELTS, and you've got to have a score of at least 6 to study there. It's very competitive, and just to say that being working as a nanny is not only for women, there's men as well, because I've had many messages from brothers saying to me, Melvis, can I also work as a nanny if I'm a man? Of course you can. It's for men and women. Obviously, there are even some vacancies that specify we want a man and a woman, or we want just a man, or we want just a woman, or many don't specify. It really doesn't matter, but put in your application if this is something that you're interested in. So again, if you're thinking about early childhood courses, you're thinking about this degree, you're thinking about if you've got a healthcare related course, how can you use those transferable skills to demonstrate the fact that you meet the criteria to work as a nanny? That's what you should be doing right now. That's what I would do if I was interested in this job. And that's what I do when I'm supporting candidates in my private coaching program that are applying for these jobs. And by the way, if you're enjoying this content, I want you to like the video. It lets me know that I enjoy content like this and I should do more. But most importantly, if you know anybody that can benefit from this, please do share with them, because there are loads of other opportunities outside of, say, healthcare that many of us don't know about. In fact, when I moved to the UK, I didn't know many of the opportunities that I know now. If I had known, I probably would have done something completely different. And that's why I dedicate my time to telling other people like yourself, these are the opportunities that are available in the UK so that you can go for. Because there's nothing better than starting from the top rather than starting from rock bottom, which, you could start from a better place, because you're going to find that earning more money in the UK is incredibly important. Because if you're a carer earning £20,000, it is very low pay. Yes, it is a good starting point. You've got to progress from there, but it is low pay. So if you've got the opportunity to earn a lot more, then please do. And you may be thinking, where do I find these jobs? You need to check on Indeed. That's where I normally find them. Indeed is an amazing place to find these jobs that are offering visa sponsorship, but it takes a lot of time to search. It normally takes me days, if not hours, for me to search for those jobs and find the one that is so perfect, that is offering visa sponsorship and 100% legit. So you need to do all of that homework. Yes, it does take a lot of time, but if you look at the fact that you're going to be earning a lot of money, it is well worth it. So you need to dedicate time to searching like you would do for any job anywhere, because like I say, it does take a lot of time looking for these jobs that are actually, as in genuinely, offering free visa sponsorship for candidates. Because for me, for example, I ever only find jobs that are offering free visa sponsorship. I don't deal with any employers or any recruiters or any person that is charging any money whatsoever for their certificate of sponsorship, because the people in my private coaching program, they need that assurance that when they get that job, they're going to be working with somebody that is going to follow the law, that is going to follow the rules, and that is going to treat them in a way that they should be treated, really. And so that's why it's very important for me that I take the extra time, encourage the people in the program as well to take that time to search for those jobs in the right places. And when you do find those jobs, it's not just a matter of sending any CV. And that's why I always say, finding who is offering visa sponsorship is very challenging. So when you do find it, you don't want to just send in any like crazy CV. You want to make sure that everything is so perfect, everything is so spot on, and that you are the best candidate, because you need to treat that opportunity as the only opportunity that you've got to get that job, rather than treating it like one more opportunity and others are going to be coming. No, I always treat every single opportunity as the last one. Imagine that was the last vacancy, that was the last chance for you to get that job. How would you treat that job? Would you just send in any kind of CV? Would you just have one? Some people even have a CV that they use, if you see a carer job or they see whatever job is the same CV, it doesn't work. You need to tailor your CV to the specific job that you're applying for, because as far as I'm concerned, there is no such thing as a CV that is complete. So if you're struggling, you've got any questions, got any issues, please leave them in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you do want to hit subscribe. Don't be a stranger on here. Turn on the notification button so you're the first to be notified when I drop a new video on here. But if you haven't joined my newsletter, again, check the comment section below. It's not going to take you up to 20 seconds to join the newsletter. You drop your name and email, and you're part of the newsletter. When there's any info, I'm going to send it directly to your inbox. If you've got any questions or you think, well, this is little bit private, I don't want to put it out here on YouTube, again, you can share it on there. But if you need my tailored, personalized support, then consider joining my private coaching program, which is called Nursing Career Bootcamp. But I'm going to tell you, as long as you're looking for visa sponsorship jobs in the UK, that program is going to be suitable for you. Whether you're a nurse, you're a carer, you've got no healthcare experience, you're a teacher, then by all means, you can join the program. Because initially, when I started, it was exclusively nursing. But as time has gone on, I've had to diversify because I've got many people in the program who are nurses, they've got kids, they've got relatives, they've got family, they've got spouses, they've got, other interests as well. So I've had to diversify the program so that it can include other opportunities just so that colleagues can do other things. So it's such a privilege to have you watch the video till now. I do hope that you found this valuable, and please, if you've got any comments, whatever they are, leave them in the comment section below. If I've rushed through just so I can put in so much information in here, just leave the comments, and as things come to my mind and to my brain, I'm gonna just share them obviously in the comment section below. But like I've said, if you're part of Nursing Career Bootcamp, then if you check the skilled worker visa section or the unskilled worker section of your nursing community hub, then if there's any ongoing vacancies for nannies in the UK, you're going to find them there. And if you're interested, go through the vacancy, get in contact with me, and then we'll go through everything. Make sure you've got a perfect CV for that and you're the best candidate, and I'll be able to advise, depending on your experience, how best you should present yourself. But if you're not part of that program, please do check on Indeed, because that's where I normally check the vacancies as well, just to make sure that you can apply and put your application forward. But it's not just a matter of throwing in any application. You need to make sure that you literally tick all of the boxes, you cut all of your T's, you dot your I's, and everything is absolutely perfect. So because you want to treat the opportunity like the last opportunity that you're getting. That is your ticket to move to the UK. That is your ticket to get that visa sponsorship job. You don't want to ruin that chance, because that may be the only job that you see that is genuinely offering visa sponsorship. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.